Alright, welcome back to my channel. So this hour we are going to talk about Asari Dokubo and his recent video where he said to rambass American president simply because of the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria that many people have actually talked about. People are discussing about it. People know the truth. But as a Muslim that he is, he wants to defend his religion, and because of that, he needs to follow his trend, threatening people and abusing people, then turn around and blame somebody and trying to make it look like people are actually against him and his religion, whereas he's the one that have committed some of these crimes, pretending to be of help to Nigerian government. In this video, we are going to understand some of the things that he said in the past, and his mindset and his willingness to go against Christian and supporting persecution of Christians, of course against Igbo people at large, because he have threatened Igbo people before now, showing his rifle, what he's capable of, and at the same time trying to let you know that he's a good person, he's this and that. Despite all his threats against Christians, against Igbo people, government of Nigeria have turned blind and they refuse to say anything about it. They don't care to call him to order or for questioning. He told the whole world on a live broadcast that he's going to chase Igbo people anywhere they are in the world, in Nigeria rather, and deal with them. Then a few months later, he came up again and shared his secret deal with government, and how he's operating, how his boys are buying people in Southeast. He mentioned towns and states in Eastern region simply because government of the day, state governors worked with him just to perpetrate this crime. And to him, it is a welcome development. It is a nice thing. It is what he have offered to Nigerians as he claimed. But I don't want the video to be too long. Let us start. Hear this from him.
You take your leprosy hand to write. You don't have respect for the people who bought your father. Is it every Calabar man that is a Calabar man? Do you know your roots? That you talk to me. You don't know that people own this Calabar? You are law abiding. Igbos, I don't know them. I don't know where they come from, because I know that if not for British intervention, I would still be selling them the way my father sold them. Now look at you people in Igbo land. Look at how you are dying. Woto. You are talking. You will do video to sell that Elijah has run away. You don't see me? I don't run. Leave me alone. You don't see me? I don't run. On my head, no correct. On my head, no correct. The bill is on, they look for who go finish on her. Look for now everywhere, finish on. And they see me.
Did you just hear that? It be like say when they look for who go finish you now. Look for you everywhere and finish you now. And after making this video, the so-called leaders and stakeholders, they don't care and they turn blind eyes. And remember, one of the things they told you that Shabareba committed is that he armed people, isn't it? That Mazamekano made a broadcast that triggered people to commit crime. Then, after somebody like Asari made this kind of video, then few days later, or few weeks, the government of the day, the governors now employed him to come and do the job practically. Not the difference between you talk and you end there, and you talk and actually carry that yourself. Your boys are the one doing that, and sponsored by the government, which of course paid him. The question is Asari a soldier man? No. Then why is it that he have license to carry this sophisticated weapon, showing it that on a live broadcast and no interrogation, no investigation whatsoever? Then not only that he carried it and made a threat to Igbo race, because he did not mention anybody. He talked about, he said, according to him, Igbos, including the governors. But then they now turn around and employ him to come and do the job and finish our youth. Now, remember, when we talked about giving chance for this kind of thing to happen by telling people that the reason why that just to prove that USB government and COS are not doing anything is because they are not with Biafran Army, Biafran Liberation Army. And once Ogekere said made that thing with his own group, then they softened the operation and everywhere was just calm. Then Asari boys came in and started buying youth, which you saw. In case if you are not aware, remember this video that where they dragged somebody on a motorbike. They tied somebody on a motorbike. Many of you have seen that video in the past. I don't know if you have seen it. If you have not, then I don't have any problem, sharing that video again so that you can. All right, moving on. I would like you to pay close attention to this video of Asari Dokubo again, where he actually shared his activities with his boys in the southeastern part of Biafra land, what they have done. Like I told you, he mentioned towns and states. So you are going to hear that. Before then, please let me use the opportunity to encourage you to like the video and share it on any platform of your choice. There's a need for you to do that because we are facing a kind of challenges, okay, from the owner of the platform, not from this channel alone. It is general, but we need you to like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. Let's go.
And ask for our work in Imo, our work now in Anambra, in Yala, Nameshi. You saw the number of uncountable number of dead bodies, skeleton and skulls. How we arrested those people, put them off in coordinated operation with the Nigerian military, with the Nigerian police. And it's so sad that we do all this work. You saw the trailers, you saw the bones, the skulls, hundreds of skulls. You saw the road that had been planted by improvised explosive or Bunigwe. How we risk our life in digging them out. Go to Baga, go to Mangoro, go to Kotagora, go to Wasi, and see what our men are doing for Nigeria.
All these things that he claimed that his men are doing and all these things, after doing that in Southeast, some people will then tag it to IPOB and Martin Americano, Samonegba and Biafrans and what have you. So, ask those people, are they aware, if they are aware of the level of the operation, the injustice and the mayhem that Asari and his men committed in Igbo land, that some of them are now pushing on Martin American? Are you aware of it? Do you care to check what Asari have done and the outcome of his presence in those areas? You don't. You only focus on what Mazamkan said and what he did not say and all that. The thing is this: sometimes it's good for you to say what you know, and it's not only sometimes. It is always good for you to say what you know, because Mazamkan, if you don't know him, please calm down and devote your time to study who he is. You don't just judge him based on what somebody said, based on what somebody, because people are good at cutting and joining video. They can cut this and cut that and merge it together just to change the narrative. And some of us know this for a fact. Now, as I told you his operation in Southeast, do you bother to know? Do you care to know the level of his operation, what he have done and what he did not do? And like I told you, I have some. There's some videos that if you're in doubt, we can share it so you understand what I'm talking about. Those videos is something that is in the public domain, but I don't know if you have come across it or not. But we're not going to do that here. I just want to go straight to the program and let you know what is playing at. Then he said again about the Christian genocide. I want to hear what he said about it. Then let me know what you think about it on comment section. Very, very, very important. Hear this.
If I place cost on you, you will not last 24 hours. Wallahi billahi bi iznillah, you will not last 24 hours. If I, Mujahid Dokubo Asari, place a curse on you as you have been placing curse on people, 24 hours you will not last. Because you are a fake and you are a liar. There's hardly any crisis in the north that is rooted in religion. So the Hausa people, farmers that are being killed in Sokoto and in Kebbi by the so-called bandits or whatever they are called, why are they killing them? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are listening to me. The pronouncement of mad Donald Trump, the lunatic United States of America, had triggered more hate in Nigeria than had solved the problem. I listen to many people. Sometimes I get angry because when people are deliberately lying, they're lying, and they claim that they are men of God, and I think maybe they are playing with God. They are just playing with God. Thou shalt not take the name of thy Lord thy God in vain. They are using the name of God in vain. One of such character is this fellow they call Dashama. You are not the only person that can talk rubbish. Evangelist or Pastor Dashama or Ezekiel Dashama. That guy is a pathetic and pathological liar. A liar from the pit of hell. Over the years, there have been rivalry in the north, except people who don't study history. There have been conflict in the north. Tribal conflict along tribal lines, and this had metamorphosed into religious conflict. And so when they talk about Christian genocide and they bring Tinubu inside that Christian genocide, I look at it and I ask myself, are these people well? I am not Tinubu's lawyer. I am not Tinubu's advocate. But when you look at Tinubu now, do you think Tinubu will have anything to do with religious crisis? His wife is a Christian. His son Sheyi that is everywhere is not a Muslim, which everybody knows. Tinubu himself knows Sheyi is not a Muslim. His wife is not a Muslim. His daughter, Mrs. Ojo, even though she's a Muslim, she's married to a Christian. Why can't we tell ourselves just the raw truth? And people are afraid to talk. I saw that stupid, idiotic Igbo man who had been talking on channel. They bring him to shoot out hate, raw hate. He's not talking about the killings going on in Igbo land. Many Igbo towns and villages have been reduced to rubble. Desolate, they cannot go home. That is the truth of the matter. These liars are everywhere on television station talking rubbish. You are talking. Where have you been attacked? We know it. We have first-hand information about what is happening. And the government know these things. The government know this thing. So if Birom and Hausa people are fighting, Birom and Hausa people are fighting in the north. If Birom and Hausa people are fighting in the north, how does that translate? How does that translate to Christian-Muslim genocide? Do we not know how the Gom Jos was appointed? We don't know how the Gom Jos was appointed. Was he appointed because Birom hold Jos? What of the Jarawas, who are almost majority Muslims? Is it not Sadwana of Sokoto, a Sokoto man, a Fulani, a Muslim, that appointed his private secretary as the first Gom Jos? When there was agitation for Emir of Jos. People don't read this scripture, they don't know anything. They come to lie.
you see, he's very, very angry, right? Look, this is the reason why I told you, if you don't like what you do here, that means you are not a friend of the truth. Like, you don't like someone that is truthful. I am not here to cut joke or to mock anybody. I just want us to get this fact straight, because listen to him. He's trying to defend, he's trying to change the narrative, because the system of Nigerian gave him, wings to fly. He can claim to be God. I am a Muslim. Do you know who I am? I have license to kill, to talk anyhow, to act anyhow. I don't care about the law. The law is not meant for me. I can manipulate. I can hijack. A kind of gangsterism. This is something that people who don't have, sense to coexist with other people, they will find it difficult to change this system. To them, changing it is a problem. What am I trying to say? This man is very, very angry. You can see he's very, very angry for me. Trying to tell you that since Sultan of Sokoto hires somebody that is non-Muslim, that means there's no genocide. But did he talk about the attack on in Kwara State? No. Did he mention the Reverend Fathers, pastors kidnapped? No. Did he mention even the pastor that was spied few days ago? No. The Reverend Father that was kidnapped in I think in Nasarawa State. So there's no state that is exempted. The only part I'm talking about, the northern states. All right. In the east, people are resisting it, and Asari is doing his own to open doors for them. You can't trust this kind of person. He only wants two things only: for him to be so famous and so powerful, and of course, any system that will drop cash on his table. He wants you to understand there's no Christian genocide, but who by Deborah. He's contented with such Sharia law, although to him, Sharia law is meant for infidel. As long as he's a Muslim, that's what he's trying to put. And he have already armed himself to the teeth, simply because the system allowed him to do so. And anybody trying to change this is a taboo. Now, he was laying calls on himself, insulting this pastor, that Ezekiel. I'm gonna drop the video now. Here, not because the video is too long, I will try and cut it and minimize it. Many of you have watched it, just for you. Many of you have watched that video, but for you to remember and recall the reason why he was swimming, he's very, very angry to the to U.S. president at the moment, very, very angry to the pastor who stood firm to condemn this genocide going on, as if this man called Asari don't know what genocide is all about. Are you okay with it? Imagine if what they're doing to Christians are being reversed on them as a Muslim. What do you think? Which we are not praying for, but we have to condemn evil when we see one. Please don't forget to like the video and share it as we move forward. Just pay attention. Let's go.
If my government is denying genocide, what will they say about it? United Nations, European Union, take note. This is the genocide of people that were killed on the fateful day of 7 March 2010. Massacre at Dogona Hawa Plateau State. Names of big victims that were killed. Machineries were brought from Niger Republic. They were brought from Chad. They were brought from Burkina Faso, Senegal. They were hired into the nation. They mix up with those from Maiduguri. That's a Muslim state. Also from Gombe, Muslim state. In fact, the troop into this place, Bauchi, this is the route that they took. By about midnight, they invaded this village. We are living peacefully in this Dogona Hawa. These are the victims of massacre. Double Bitrus, Chuan Bitrus, John Nash Ren, Ngoisa Daljuma, all they are under the grave. Karos Nash Lydia E. Danchuma. See the name. 100 is moving to 66. Ended by Israel Simon, Lydia Bulus Chuang, Da Labi Dung. And look at this place too. Dadung, Dagong, Justina Gyang, Sani, Pam, Victor Pam. To summarize, to go down to 126, round up with Ungoti Tigwam. We move also to 127, Dan Juma Gwam, Victoria Zhang, Tess Crooks. You have been looking for facts, look at facts. To prove Nigeria government are biggest liar. If they taught them, they will say Muslims are also killed. By who? By Muslim terrorists. After they have eliminated Christian from Katsina, from Zamfara, from Borno, what next? Then the Christian that escaped from the far north, Sokoto, they were able to locate and come back to Plateau State. Because, and they moved down to the south. They escaped their life. Now, the rural villages of Sokoto, Muslim state, Katsina, Muslim state, if you find a Christian, it's in the town, the city, headquarters of the state. That's where there's security. But in the villages, Boko Haram have taken over the villages. Once you're a Christian, you can only be a Christian by serving them as slaves in the local government. Look at what has happened to 189. Look at this monument. It's a memory for what is happening. Chuan S. Dung Gyang boat moving down to 252 people. Joseph Johanna. Now let's go back to see the other side of the mummy. It continues from 250. Zong Dunzi, Chuan Di, Jik, Da Gyang Pa. tank, Kumbo Gang tank, it moved down to 315. That is Nerat John. It moved again to 316. Peace John, Ezekiel Pam, it moved down again to 378. That's Paula Joseph Nyam.
Sure.
It shift again from the top. Dadungyang, Well Devil, it moved down to 401 and 41. Dagom Elia was among them list. Mandung Christopher, that's 402. Garba Danjuma, it moved down to round up to 501. Apart from this list that are here, there are many. Only vultures that were dragged into those rocks. Women were dragged for raping that day. Come and see what happened. Look at the monument. Now can we say there was no genocide in those places? Children are there. There are two accounts of record. The one that I have here, you can see their lists and their ranks in wherever they are. Children were battered. Children, they are among those names. And I have it here, compiled by my father, Reverend Danyam Dung, my brother. We have seen here the name of children and adults. Look at it. Ungola Rababulus, adult. Sandra Bitrus, child. Gabriel Bitrus, child. Ngo Yisa Danjuma, adult. Ngo Laraba Danjuma, adult. Timothy Ezekiel Danjuma, child. Lydia, child. Obadiah, child. And somebody will come out and say there was no genocide. This God that we serve, under this Muslim ticket, any Christian that will vote Muslim ticket, may God forgive him.
All right, you can hear what the man said. You know, the pastor himself, this pastor is Reverend Ezekiel, and that is the man that Asari was talking about when he said that he's going to lay curse on him, that he's going to last, that he won't last 24 hours, that he's have been laying curse on people and all that. That when he mastered the body lay curse on him, that the curse will take him first. Now, the man, you can hear what he said, and you can see the videos. Now I'm going to show you another video what it means to be a Christian in the northern part and to live in the midst of these jihadists and terrorists. The people that how they mourn their loved ones when they are being murdered. The video you are going to see it now, just few out of many. All right, for you to have an idea of what the man is talking about. You know, when you officiate the burial ceremony of thousands of people, your mindset and your spirit can never remain the same. That's why the man is fuming and he's very, very angry. Maybe the spirit of those that have been murdered for nothing are actually crying out through him. And some people threatening him and trying to do one or two things against him. You are facing the battalions of innocent souls that have been murdered. That's why I want us to always be careful when we talk about blood of the innocent. Human beings is not animal. Stay away from crime. Stay away from taking lives and putting people together to fight each other and trying to make things look more difficult, planting seed of hate and discord. It doesn't mean anything, because you at the end of the day you are going to cause something that you may not expect. Let us just learn how to understand each other and respect each other. The reason why someone like me, I feel that the best thing to do is to separate the country, because I know the mindset of people, the traditions of some of our people, the religion have actually eaten some people up, and they cannot go back. There's no going back. They have spent thousands of dollars, that's it, thousands, billions of dollars. They have spent a lot of money to equip themselves to achieve or to propagate this thing in their own mind that is achievable, which is jihadist or jihad, and planting Sharia law, and of course changing your demography and everything about you, simply because they want to conquer you and want to take over you and run you. So make sure you watch the video to the end, and if you have watched so far, please don't forget to like and share it. God bless you and take care of yourself. Bye bye for now. Watch this.
Shirya yadda za mu gudanar da wannan hidimar. Shi Reverend Father yana nan tare da dukkan fastoci. Sauransu Ubangiji ne kadai ya san yadda zai gudanar da yanayin rayuwarsu. Ubangiji ya taimake mu. Ubangiji ya yi mana bishewa. So zan ba ma Reverend.
It's very sad for us. We'll find time to talk. It's not the time to talk now. Amma mu yi lura, mu zama masu wayo, mu zama masu hikima.